Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Boy, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. And here's a give to Spears. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You talk about this Lions defense. Yeah, they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And this one dropped. zone. Oh, it looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The Vikings at 3-5, 2 games under 500. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
You talk about this Lions defense. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
2nd and 2. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. That one's taken in by Spears. And they can't bring him down. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet. as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll roll him out right. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jalen Hyatt, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. These two teams all tied after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Detroit. 57 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now a handoff running through the middle. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
That is incomplete.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
In motion, the tight end. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Looking for a slot. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 33 yards.
And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And now the rookie's free. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Lions.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they
rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. Out to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Hard throw, incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Looking to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's their quarterback as time expires in the first half. And the Lions will extend their lead on the final play of the half. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. They'll set up to throw.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Out of the gun now on third down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. It's Deonte Banks with it.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on fourth down. Let's see what's in store here. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll look to throw here. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback. His third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Aiden Hutchinson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Now back to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Back to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 25, here's 2nd down at a yard. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And this one too low.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dancing to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Deonte Banks with it. Inside the 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Finding room at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He's got his man on the crossing route. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Out of the gun again to Spears. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Tyjae Spears taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Myers connects on the PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders. Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 29 yards. And the Vikings are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Fighting through. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. On second down, they'll run it here.
Yeah, he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
And they'll run again. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line.
No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately,
he's got him in, complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jalen Hyatt with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Now a 2nd and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. To be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Lions come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as
It's Week 11 of the NFL, and our focus is on the Lions' towering wide receiver.
On the ground, here's the first-round pick from April's draft. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Jaquan Brisker there to bring him down. 2nd and 7. Pitts is the man in motion. Go. On 2nd down, they run the counter. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. 3rd and 9. We'll try to get this one on the ground. They'll try and play with some pace early on. They will indeed go as they look to throw. Incomplete. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air this one out. He's got it! And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. Back to throw. That is caught to the goal line. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Back to 60.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now he'll air one out. And he's in. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
On 3rd down, Milton. And this drive is over before it can start. It's swallowed up to force 4th down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. This one, incomplete.
Let's go. 18 rep. 18 rep. Trap 60. Trap 60.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Again, working deep downfield. And he will dive. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. So we're at halftime with just a few. And instead, well, we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be taken down right at from the gun. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. They'll throw out of the gun, and they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
And he will dive into... First and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. Sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
70 Lions.
To the air now on first and 10. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be... The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. He'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
That is hard. A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one. On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Open man, left side. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it first and goal. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on first and goal. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is third and goal. And he's so close to breaking the play, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's fourth down. They'll try to run. And he's in.
Ready, break. Let's go. Go.
They'll drop to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. He's going to look for the home run ball. And this is going to be a